It's Mckade. It's Russ. And we're going on. What is going on? It's Mckade. It's Russ. What's up? What is going on? It's Mckade. It's Russ. What did you do today, Mckade? I don't know. Well, today I went to PE and What is going on? It's Mckade. It's Russ. What's going on? Mckade, what did you do today? I don't know. Well, I went to PE and Miss Simpson taught us math. And I went to PE and I saw you at recess. And I played soccer with my friends. Yeah. I saw you playing soccer with your friends. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. I can play soccer. You can. You're already in a league. But I don't play at school. Oh, you're right. That's why I'm so tired of going to school and playing soccer. Why? Because that's what I always do. When I grow up, I want a Camaro. When I grow up, I want to have a mustache. but I don't really have one right now. I heard you at school talking about a Miata. A Miata? I always wanted one. A Miata is so fast. Not faster than a Camaro. No, a Miata is faster. No. If it's a supercar, then yes. I don't think they're supercars. Yeah, they are. They're fast. How fast? 200 miles fast. That's fast. But not faster than my Camaro. How much does it go? Infinity. Infinity? Yes, it's faster than you. Mine is Infinity 55. Why is your Choopy eating my Choopy? I don't know. And did your Choopy go all crazy? Because it looks like he had some Tabasco. I jumped on it. I dumped Tabasco on it. On my Choopy? No, on mine. Why? Because he was being so naughty and he thought it was too spicy. He didn't think it was too spicy. When he looked at it, it was spicy and he didn't like it. So he kept on eating your Choopy.
Like, Choopy's still on this Tabasco kick, man.
Yeah, man.
Still hasn't swallowed him yet.
Come on, man. Spit Choopy out.
Yeah, man. There you go. Yeah.
Tabasco.
Choopy, man. What a dino.
What a sore.
Well, So, what's going on?
What is going on? We already said this.
We did.
Yeah, you don't remember? Like 10 years ago when we were in 3rd grade,
Actually?
we said, "What's going on? I'm Mckade,
And I'm Russ.
and I wish I had a mustache."
Yeah. How'd that work out? Look at mine, dude. And my car's still faster than yours.
Come on, man.
Oh, and you know what I did today? I painted an R on my arm because it stands for arm.
Yeah, I did that too, but then I took an hour-long shower trying to get it off.
You painted an R on your arm,
No, I
too?
put in an M right here, and then I painted all of this because I needed some sunscreen, and then I painted another M right here, but I still got sunburned, and then it hurt even worse taking the paint off.
Why didn't you paint an R? Why'd you paint an M?
For Mckade.
Oh. Oh, R for Russell.
Yeah.
Russell.
No,
Russell.
arm.
Yeah.
It's still pretty cool.
Well, exciting news.
Yeah.
Virgil hit like 111 views. Over the past day.
111 views.
Man, I never thought I'd have to ask people for views, but
We did,
That was
and we
rough.
got him.
They
pulled through.
I did everything to make that goal happen, and it happened.
Something worked.
I just told the kid to put it on his story, and they watched.
Nice.
Doubled, tripled.
Shout out to Kai.
quadrupled the views, and then
Yeah.
so pretty cool. Pretty
Sweet.
Cool. So
Nice.
Virgil should be coming out as we speak.
Brought to you by Mckade and Russ.
Yeah. So last week we talked about how the RMS squad got their name.
Yeah.
This week we're talking about what?
The Kanab,
Catastrophe.
because it was a Kanab
And it was a catastrophe.
in Kanab.
I wasn't there.
He was not. Mckade was absent for this story.
So,
but they're in spirit, nonetheless.
yes.
So, let's open this up.
Let's hear it, Russ.
All right, so you got me and my buddy Selleck. We knew Selleck. We talked about Selleck.
We've talked about him quite a bit.
RMS squad, Rim squad. Selleck was in it. He stood for the
Russell
S.
Mckade Selleck.
Yeah. So, me, Selleck, and this gal I was talking to at the time, we all went clear out to old Kanab because Selleck had a date.
He is so in love.
He was. And she was pretty. She was nice and fun to hang out with. So we went to Kanab. So we get to Kanab. We show up. We're chilling, looking around. We're like, this is a pretty cool place. And anyways, we hang out at her house for a little while. And then it was kind of getting later. We had curfew. So we wanted to leave Kanab at 10 and get home by our 11 o'clock curfew. Okay? So we are just talking. It's like 9, almost 9 o'clock, and this gal's like, hey, I have a friend who has this super cool old, like, Suburban, and he wants to, go on a ride. You guys want to go?
Get in the burb.
So we're like, sure, let's go get in this random kid's Suburban. Yeah. So we go over to his house, and we get there, and his name was Russell, too. His name was Russell Aldrich. He's a pretty cool kid. I was like, what's up, Russell? He's like, what's up, Russell? Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's like, let's get in the burb. I'm like, the burb? This car has a name? Yeah, it's called the burb. I was like, cool. So we get in this. It's like a 1985 Chevy Suburban. And it's just like old and lifted, big tires. We literally get in the back, and the seat isn't even mounted to the floor. It's rattling back and forth like this when we sit in it. And I was like, this is going to be pretty cool. So we all load up in this thing. There's probably 6 of us in this vehicle. And he's like, we're going up to the TV towers.
Yo, what?
The TV towers.
In the burb.
In the burb.
And on the first date.
Yeah.
In Kanab.
In Kanab.
We're caught up.
Russell and Russell. Selleck and Russell.
R. M.
Yeah. Arma.
Arm.
Oh, arm. Arm. Yeah. So anyways, we start heading up to the TV towers. So just to put it in perspective, the TV towers are the cell towers in Kanab, and they sit clear up on the top of this hill.
The
And
highest hill?
Yes. And there's this back road you take that's crazy to get up to it. And it's almost like this back road was like a test course to like test how sweet your ride is. And if you can make it up to TV towers, it's a sick ride.
So it was a proven ground for redneck vehicles.
Dude, proven ground for certified redneckery for sure. Okay, and outside of that, it served the nickname the Burb. Because, like, I think it could make it up there like that. So anyways, it
You
had
think? So you didn't?
Well, at the time, when we were getting ready to go.
Okay.
So we start heading up there, and it rained probably the day before that. So we're driving up there, and there's puddles, and we're like, yeah, this is chill. There's nothing too crazy. And we keep going. We get further up this hill, and he's gassing it. I'm talking going 80 on a dirt road, uphill, curving up and around these mountains, dude. Like,
So you were certified mobbing.
mobbing certifiedly. So I'm chilling, not really chilling. I'm like, oh my gosh, thinking I was gonna die because we're on 70,
And your chair's just...
and the chair isn't attached to the car, so we're literally crazy, dude. Sorry for any headphone listeners, but anyways, so we're driving, and then there's this huge puddle. It's huge. I'm talking like a parking lot puddle.
Football field?
He stops. He's like, should we send it? I'm like, well, yeah. We're this far, dude. Let's go.
The Burb can do anything.
Selk's like, maybe we should. And he gasses it, and we just go. And we go through this puddle. I'm like, sweet. We made it through. We keep mobbing. And then we get to another flat ground, and there's a puddle twice as big.
2 football fields?
Dude, like 2
Or football
parking
field
lots.
with a parking lot.
Yes. So, he's like, I don't know, guys. And I'm like, you knew on the last one, dude. Where's the surety on this one?
This one's twice.
Why aren't you sure?
Russell.
And he's like, okay, well, here it goes, nothing. We get halfway through. Stops. We're in the middle of this pond. He looks at us. Uh-oh. I'm like, uh-oh. He opens the door like he's going to check the engine. Water starts flowing in the car, dude. He closes that door. He's like, oh my gosh, we're up to the bottom of my car in water. We're like, holy crap, we might get stuck. And then he's like, okay. We're like, oh no. We're like, gosh, help us. And then it happened. And he gets us through the puddle. We made it through that puddle, dude. In the Burb. It's got a lift and huge tires. Whoosh, made it. We finally get to the top of TV towers. It's about 9:30. Okay. We get out. We all get out. We look at the view, the city, the little Kanab down there. And we're like, this is pretty sweet. Thanks for taking us up here. He's like, sure thing. And then Soak's like, we should probably get heading back. And I'm like, yeah, we probably should get heading back. So, before we get back in the car, you know, everybody's kind of talking, and Soak's like, hey, you got my keys? And I'm like, yeah, here. And I hand them to him. And then we all get in the Suburban to head back out.
Is this foreshadowing?
It will be. Everyone take note of me handing Soak his keys. We get back in the Suburban. Won't start. Old Russell gets underneath his Suburban, the Burb. He's looking under it. Oh no. My plates are frozen together.
Plates?
I don't know. Something was frozen. I think his engine seized up.
Yeah, it probably sucked up water.
Yeah, it sure did. Sucked up a lot of water. Too much water. Wouldn't start. So then we're all like, what do you mean it won't start? We gotta get out of here, dude. We gotta get home, dude. We're up on this hill. We came through that. We gotta get back. He's like, I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. Engine's flooded. We're stuck up here. We're gonna either have to hike down or call for someone to come get us. I was like, come get us? We barely made it up here. If the bird made it up here, barely? You expect some other guy in Kanab to have something that'll get up here at this time of night? You know what else is crazy?
What?
TV towers, cell towers, right?
And no cell
No
service?
cell service. Ain't that crazy? Yeah. They're right there and we don't got nothing. So anyways, we're walking around trying to figure out what to do. And then Russell goes over to this corner of the cliff and goes, I got 2 bars right here. And we're like, hallelujah, call somebody, get us out of here. He calls his dad, and his dad's talking to him on the phone. He's like, okay, well, call this guy. So then he calls another guy. And then Selick waddles over there and says, I'm going to call my dad and tell him it'll probably be late. And I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. So he goes over there, calls his dad. He comes back white as a ghost.
Oh, no.
His dad just chewed him out. You're really going to get home late? This is unacceptable. So we're all like, oh, no, man. We're stuck up here, dude. Like, no one's going to come get us. We're going to have to hike down this crazy trail with phone flashlights in the middle of the night. And there's coyotes out. So, anyways, I called my dad, said, hey, Dad, just let you know, I'm going to be home late. He's like, that's okay, Russ. Yeah, Russ. Just get home. You know, be safe. I'm like, okay. So then the gal I brought did the same, called her parents. They were pretty worried, too. So then we're all sitting there for a while, and Russell says, okay, I have a buddy that's going to try and come up and get us. If he doesn't get us, or doesn't come in the next 30 minutes, we'll hike down this trail. I'm like, okay, sounds good. So we're waiting there for a minute.
Date.
Yeah, first date. First date. Silk's first date. We're waiting there for a minute. Silk's date's kind of like, scratching his back, like, it's going to be okay. Don't
dad's
worry.
gonna kill
My dad's going to kill me. I'm going to get home late. And then I'm sitting there like, look at these stars out here. It's great. It's a great look. We're stuck up here. And I was just joking around, and everybody was just kind of like in the Johnny Raincloud mood,
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're stuck up here, man. I'm like, oh, look at these stars, and we're stuck up here. Anyways, we've been there, sitting there for about 20 minutes. And out of my ear, I hear, we're like, oh, no way. Someone else made it up here? We turn around and look back at our corner. Here comes a freaking ATV rhino. Mobbing up. Cowboy. Big hat. Comes riding up. Challenge accepted, boys! Mobbing up. And I'm like, how did you make it up here? And we look at his rhino. There's mud everywhere. Everywhere. He's like, barely. But challenge accepted. And we're just like, how did this kid make it, dude? The puddle was this deep, dude. Like, bourbon was like on its engine in the water, man. So anyways, crazy, right?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
We all pack into
Kanab.
this rhino. There's 6 of us.
What, like 4 seats?
Front seat and a bed.
Oh, 2 seats?
So 2 people pile in next to Cowboy Bob, all right? And then 4 of us get in the back of this little tiny bed of these things, okay? And we're
Cowboy
just like,
Bob sounds like he'd have a nice stash.
Cowboy Bob had a dip in his mouth. And he's like, guess what? I just got my mission call. We're like, the heck you did? With that dip in your mouth? So anyways, he was stoked about his mission, which I was stoked for him. I was like, hey, you're going to Texas? Of course you are. So anyways, we start mobbing back down, okay? Water splashing everywhere. We finally make it back, okay?
Hanging on for dear life.
Hanging on for dear life
in the
through
bed.
the mud, the water, and the blood.
Blood?
No, I'm just kidding. There was no blood. Gotcha. But, anyways, we get back to the bottom where this kid's truck was in the trailer that he drove the rhino up on, okay? So he pulls the rhino up. We all get out. We're driving in the truck, and that's when Selick goes, where are my keys? Russell, do you have my keys to my truck? I handed them to you. I was like, Selick, I gave them back to you. Remember? He's like, no, I gave them to you. And I'm like, where are they? And he's like, hey, stop the truck. So we pull over. He gets out like he's going to run all the way back up to cell phone towers because he left it in the burb on top of cell phone towers. Engine seized. Not happening. And he goes, can you ride me back up there so I can get my keys? And the kid's like, it's pretty late at night. I got to get home myself. He's like, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. You're straight out of luck. So then, boy, oh boy, did I think Selleck went white the first time. The second time, Selleck was like Casper the Ghost, man.
Oh, see-through.
Oh, completely. He calls his dad, says, we're not coming home tonight. Because the keys to my truck to get home are up on top of cell phone towers in the burb. And he blamed me. He was like, Russell left him in there. I don't know. I was like, yeah, you can blame me. It's fine. I didn't actually do it, but you can blame me. It's cool. So anyways, we go stay at this gal's house. So I called my parents and said, hey, here's what happened. Told them the story. They're like, oh, Selleck. Okay. All right, just get home safe tomorrow. We're like, okay. So then the gal I brought called her parents, and they were kind of uneasy at first, but they're like, okay, it's fine. Just get home safe, okay? So we all go to bed, and I wake up the next morning, and the gal comes in, wakes me up. She's like, we need to go. I was like, why? She's like, it's 10 o'clock. We need to get back to Cedar. And I'm like, oh, you're right. Where's Selleck? She's like, he's still asleep. And I'm like, okay. So we get in there. His keys are on the kitchen counter. So this Russell kid in the burp, his dad was on search and rescue. And he drove up in the middle of the night, went and got him, and brought him back to this lady's house. Nice. So it was super nice, way nice. Kanab has some really nice people. So anyways, we're all finished. We just had a crazy experience. And we all get in the Selleck's truck, and we all head back to Cedar over the mountain. We're driving over the mountain, and I'm just chilling. We're all just kind of still traumatized. We're like, what even happened? And that's when Selleck starts to go.
What oh gosh. He's nodding off.
He starts to fall asleep at the wheel. And I didn't notice it until we were halfway off the road. 800-foot drop right off the other side of the cliff. Come down Cedar Mountain. I'm like, Selleck! And then pull him back into the road. And he's like, oh. And I'm like, all right, pull over. I'm driving. Forget it. He's like, I'm awake now. I'm like, Selleck, this is unacceptable. So, I was like, I'm driving. There's nothing you can say about it. No question, no ifs, no ands, no buts. We've had
I'll tell you what.
Trauma.
I bet if Selleck was telling the story, it'd be a lot different.
Probably, dude. I have a specific memory of what happened. And that's what happened.
What was I going to say? Oh, so is the girl... No, the girl that Selleck took on a date was in Kanab?
Yeah, she lived in Kanab. That's why we went up there.
And you stayed at her house?
Yes.
Oh, well, and her parents were the search and rescue.
Russell, the kid that had the burb, were the search and rescue ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And then then you had to get your date back to Cedar.
Yeah.
Was it your first date?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were dating.
Who was it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you start driving.
So I'm driving. We get back into Cedar. We go to Selleck's house. I get my car. I take my gal home.
What did Selleck's parents say to you?
Like, pray for me. I'm like, okay. I don't even talk to his parents. I don't even see them. They're not even there. They're at church. It's Sunday. So he goes off. I take her home. I go, and I walk into church and see my dad. And he's like, you made it. Good job. And so I sit down, and then I tell him what happened. And then, anyways, later that day, or Monday came around. I think we had to go to school. So we go to school, and Selleck comes walking up to me. He's like, my dad would have killed me had he not been at church. He saw me at church, came up to me. Glad you made it home. He's like, otherwise, I would have been dead. But that is the Kanab Catastrophe.
Sounds catastrophic.
Pretty catastrophic.
What'd you guys think?
Pretty good.
What's the camera at? Can you read what time it's at? It should be on the top.
Right on the top. Oh. It's Canon right now. 15. That was 15. No, it actually...
15 minutes, that's it?
No. It already says 00.
15 seconds? Man, that story flew by.
Yeah. Sure it didn't in the moment.
That was kind of long.
You wanna introduce who these guys are?
Yeah, do you guys want to come around somehow?
Yes.
Dax, you come over here. Cade, you come around this way.
This is Mckade from 10 years ago. We got him here on the spaceship, time travel ship.
And then this is Russell from 10 years ago. We also got him on the spaceship time travel.
Yeah,
Ship.
it was crazy.
Pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
kind of crazy.
So,
These are Russell's nephews.
yeah, this is my nephew's right here.
What's your name for real?
Cade.
Cade.
Daxton.
These are my boys.
Yeah, so give them a round of applause for their acting skills. Yeah, go ahead. You can take your Tabasco and
Yeah, Choopy, make sure he doesn't have any more Tabasco, okay? He needs to
gone
he needs to
crazy
go
on the
lighter on the
Tabasco.
Tabasco. So, take the sauce.
You eat things all the time.
Silly Choopy. Alright, yeah. So be on to watch out on YouTube for Virgil videos. Stay safe. Or should we decide what we're going to talk about next time right now? Do we have an idea?
Do you have the list? The list? Yeah. Ooh, should we talk about Hiroshima?
Hiroshima Part 2, which is actually the first part, only part of the story, but the name of the story is Hiroshima Part 2.
Because Hiroshima already happened, but this is part 2.
And that's next time on
What is going on
with
Russ?
and Mckade. Check us
Catch you
out
next time.
Follow me on Instagram at MCCade.
And me at Russell_Rowan.
There